Bay Area mayors are endorsing a bill by a Stockton legislator. The goal to make it easier to force some severely mentally ill and addicted people into treatment when they can't make the decision for themselves. KTVU's Christian Captain live tonight in San Francisco with more on the story. Christian.
Yeah, Mike, the bill's author argues that it would broaden the definition of the phrase gravely disabled to make sure that those who are incapable of making decisions in their own best interest can still get the help that they need.
Mental health and addiction are crises that impact cities around the Bay and up and down the state. Now, State Senator Susan Eggman from Stockton has introduced a pair of bills aimed at making it easier to get someone into treatment if it's determined they can't do it for themselves.
These bills that we're talking about in specific, especially SB 43, is talking about treating somebody against their will, if need be.
The bill would broaden the definition of gravely ill to include the inability to provide for their own food, clothing, or shelter, and would ask the courts to weigh whether an individual understands their own illness and can make sound decisions. Some families of those struggling with mental illness say their family members have been on the proverbial merry-go-round, in and out of treatment.
And I don't want anyone, anywhere, anytime to experience the suffering that my family and my son have experienced. So I'm here today as a representative voice of families of the most severely mentally ill population.
San Jose Mayor Matt Mahan is part of the coalition pushing for the new conservatorship law, saying it would be a last resort.
But for those suffering on our streets with no ability to provide for themselves due to mental illness or addiction, we have a moral obligation to demand better from our system and facilitate their recovery.
San Francisco's mayor also voicing her support, saying too often the vulnerable are left to languish on her city's streets. The time to act, she says, is now.
So my hope is that these common sense changes to an outdated law will help make a significant difference for those who are struggling in crisis, whether they have an advocate or not. The time is now.
This is not the first attempt to change the state's conservatorship rules. An attempt last year by the same lawmaker died in committee. She says she's hopeful that the effort this year will be successful. We're live in San Francisco. Christian Captain, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
All right, Christian, thank you.